over
just
there.
the glowing sunshine behind
Mel.
Melanie Ng. It's like a painting.
It's like angelic.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That was the halo.
Couldn't hold it.
Entering the weekend. All right, so that. Sorry, Mel, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, what I can't tell you is that there's a teleprompter in front of me, and I can barely see it because of just I'm like,
Whatever, just do it for the
It's
shot. Do it for the artistic value of it, Mel. You're doing great.
Just guess the
You're doing
words,
great.
Mel. Guess the words.
All right, so from a nice shot of Mel to maybe some sobering stuff out of Tokyo, we are 91 days away from the Olympics in Tokyo, and we all in this 5 box here, we got Steph, we got Frankie, we got Devo, Dina, and myself. We all know people who really want the Olympics to happen. Some of us in this conversation also really just want the Olympics this summer in Tokyo to happen. A state of emergency has just been declared in Tokyo by local health officials and government officials due to COVID. Again, we're 91 days away from the opening ceremony. That's the first bit of Olympic news that kind of raises an eyebrow. Here's the second. The IOC, who runs the Olympics, says you cannot take a knee for Black Lives Matter at any point in the games. Now, they claim they've spoken to athletes all over the world, and the quote from the IOC in terms of how they came to this conclusion was this, quote, "A very clear majority of athletes said that they think it's not appropriate to demonstrate or express their views on the field of play at the official ceremonies or at the podium. So our recommendation is to preserve the podium, field of play, and official ceremonies from any kind of protest or demonstrations or acts perceived as such." My tee-up was a little long. Forgive me. Devo, go ahead. Your take.
Ooh, there's a lot there. We also heard that an officer that's with the torch relay that's been going around has contracted COVID. Look, they said they want these games to happen, no matter what is the deal, right? It's a financial thing. A lot of athletes want this to happen as well. They've been training. They missed out last year. For some people, it's a small window of when they can actually perform at this high level and be able to compete, internationally like that as well. So for them, I want this to be able to happen, but I want it to happen safely. As for the kneeling, you're there representing your country. International Olympic Committee shouldn't have the say on that. You talk to your country, your teammates. You do what is right for all of you together as a nation, is my opinion on that one.
Steph, your take.
I think, I agree with Devo. I think that the rules are kind of, first of all, you're singling out one group. I mean, that protest is that is singling out one group, first of all. And it's like, how can you tell athletes who have such a huge platform and have such a huge impact on the people who love them and follow them that they can't use that moment to share something that means a lot to them, especially if it really affects them as well? That's like, it's just setting up this, it's just a negative culture that it's setting up there.
I would agree. Frank Ferragini, your take. Some interesting stories here.
Yeah, I did a little bit of research to look on the history of protests in the Olympics, and so it's Section 50 in the Olympics that really wants you to be non-political during the Olympics, and that's what was upheld in this last little conversation. However, then I kind of reflected back and I thought to myself, the Olympics has always been political. There's always been politics around the Olympics. There's been countries that have not been allowed to come. There's been countries that have not gone to the Olympics. And the Olympics has always been a stage to bring countries together. But at the same time, it's always been political.
P.S., guys, article says Japan has vaccinated 1% of its population.
Right.
So, Devo, I see what you're saying about the short window. But how many of those athletes are putting themselves at risk? And who knows what type of risk? Who knows how long? Who knows how the virus would attack their systems? We don't know if it should happen. And isn't the whole world suffering economically right now on top of everything else? So if you're going to say this is the time because it's all about money, at what cost when we're in the middle of a pandemic? This is very different than things we've seen in the past. I remember one year was the chikungunya. Remember that? Where it was the mosquito-borne illness. And they were worried about some of the female
athletes didn't go to Brazil for that. Yeah.
Yes, they had the choice to opt out, or else who knows what would happen if one of them, ended up getting pregnant. This is a pandemic that all of us are in. So I think at this point, you absolutely have to delay it with this variant and this wave and their slow rollout of the
I would
vaccine.
agree. Well, now, when it comes to the political aspect, the fact that the IOC says we don't want to get political is one of the bigger jokes. To just hop on Frank's point. I mean, this is a movement that was in Germany in 1936. Don't talk to me about not wanting to get political or having the ability to really take a stand politically against things. Give me an absolute break on that. That is the biggest joke I've ever heard. Secondly, these games are going to happen.
Yeah.
Health be damned. These are, again, tens of billions have already been spent by Japan here. We've talked about it on the show a couple times. They cannot have this go under, or their economy goes in a whole different spot. So I think these games are going to happen, and let's just hope they're as safe as humanly possible, and more people get vaccinated than are currently vaccinated. I didn't realize the number was that low in Japan.
1%.
Yeah.
Wow.
Chime in at home at Breakfast TV. What do you think?
Yeah.
All right, let's change the mood here. Thank you to everyone for joining us in. Let's give away some money here going into the
That
weekend.
will change
Devo,
your mood.
let's go.
100% going into the weekend. Man, $1,000. Look, we got 5-day win streak. This is amazing. It leads all the way back to last Friday, right? So we're going to keep it going again today. $1,000 up for grabs. If your phone rings after 8 a.m. and you say, I wake up with BT within those 4 rings, you win $1,000. How do you enter? Simple. bttoronto.ca/contest. Get in, get money, and get happy. Simple. That just came to mind right now. I
That
did not
sounded
plan
like a
that.
Partridge Family theme song. Come in and get happy.
Okay. a little too old for Devo.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what that is.
Nope. Partridge in a
Come
pear
on,
tree.
get happy.
Partridge Family, really?
That's
No,
all
I know that. I know
All
that.
right.
Did you just say partridge in a pear tree?
Yeah,
That's a
I know.
Christmas carol.
That's okay. Steph, do you know the Partridge Family? Good morning.